Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Artisan call. I'm not here by myself, of course. I have my buddy Christoph here. Hey, Christoph.
Hey Flake,
Good morning.
we're back.
Yes,
It's good.
it's
How you
indeed
doing?
pretty good. Pretty good. Wrapping up another nice week at Spasi. Working, on some nice stuff, which I can show maybe a little bit later because it's like in a state where I can already preview some things.
Oh, something brand new or?
Nothing brand new. So it's a redesign of
Okay.
of Flare,
Yeah.
which yeah, which is taking us a little bit more time than expected, but we want to do it really really well, I'd say.
Yeah, I can imagine. From what I know from you and Spasi, you're going all in with designs and updates, so I'm pretty sure it will be really nice.
Yeah, indeed. And what have you been doing, Christoph, these past week?
Let me see what I've been doing. So my working weeks are a little bit different for a few months now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I work, you already know it, but maybe some others not. I work now since October, 3 days a week for a company,
Yeah.
and which is pretty cool. So this means those 3 days are separated from the rest of my week, and now Thursday and Friday I can tackle my own stuff. And somehow I've made this huge list of things that I have to do, which aren't big, really big things, but things that I really have to tackle to check off at some point. And for a few weeks now I try to every Thursday and Friday get rid of some of those. And besides that, I'm not sure what's the weather where you are, but here it's getting pretty warm these days. So we've also started working in our garden again and
Oh,
trying to clean
nice.
it up again. And everyone who has a garden knows how much work this can be,
Yeah.
especially in spring. So do you have a garden with your house?
I don't have a garden per se, but I do have some space in the open. But it's more
Hmm.
like a, how would say that?
Like a
Uh,
shared
it's
play
not
or?
it's not shared, but it's like more like bricks and stuff, but with like
Hmm.
a whole how do you say that? Like a green plant that covers like a whole wall.
Okay,
So
yeah.
it's like a green wall, and on the sides of the square we have some earth where we can plant some stuff. So we have
Hmm.
maybe a very very smallish garden there. Yeah,
Okay, you need to send me a picture of this
yeah.
so that
I'll
later so
send
that I
you.
can see that.
I'll send you a picture for sure. And yeah, so that big plant, it's called a klimop in Dutch. I don't know the English word. It's like
Hmm.
the plant that just grows and covers all the walls.
Yeah.
We have like a very big one that covers like that whole square. We also have some open space in on the first floor as well, and the plant grows through there. And the
Oh,
plant
okay.
even
Wow.
grows to the open space of our neighbors.
Oh, really?
So yeah, it's that big. And when we moved
It
here,
sounds huge. Yeah.
our neighbors they said, "Yeah, you're not going to get rid of the plant, no, because otherwise our plant will also die because it has like one root at
Or a
our
shared
site."
one.
Yeah, and they were a little bit of afraid that we wouldn't like that big plant, but we do like it, so it stays there.
Does it lose the leaves over
It
winter?
yeah, it loses
Yeah.
leaves and it has God damn, it has a lot of leaves. So in the autumn they all fall off, and then it's like weeks of like putting it into bags and taking it
Yeah.
to in the green trash. But we only have like a small box for green trash, so it takes us a couple of months to get it all out via that
Oh,
way.
wow. Yeah.
And it's every winter or every autumn it's the same. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, we also got one tree in our garden, but it's quite a big one, I would say. And I still had to clean up the last days all the dried leaves from last year from fall when they all fall down. And
Yeah.
I have no idea if it's every year the same or but I somehow just assumed that they would, I don't know, that the nature get rid of them over winter, but now I have to
No.
clean them up again in spring from last time. It's super annoying. So I don't know
A-
what's
At,
happening here.
at least you have very good weather. Here it's like the Belgium thing. It's like rain, gray. Spring hasn't started here yet.
Okay, yes, it was super strange here. The last 3 days we had like 15 to 20 degrees and we had a lot of
Oh,
sun, almost like Lisbon. So, like, I don't know, many hours during the day sun, which we usually don't have here, or if we have, maybe just one day, but not 3 days. But yeah, I can already tell next week it seems we get -1 degree again and rains.
okay. So you should enjoy it
Yeah,
while
well,
it
we can.
lasts. Yeah, here it hasn't begun yet. So yeah, when we were like in India, where we should also talk a little bit about,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that weather was so good. Like walking in t-shirts, just yeah, having like a great temperature the whole time, and at the warmest spots, yeah, of the day we were inside, so that was good as well. I really enjoyed that very much. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess especially for us in Europe and the people who not live in Lisbon,
Hmm.
where Kaneka and all the others are nearby with all the amazing weather.
Yeah,
For us,
indeed.
I think it's really special going to a place like India and have like this weather like the whole day. And I think people told us it wasn't really that hot for them, so it was
Yeah,
still getting warmer. So we were lucky that it wasn't even hotter. But yeah, it's nice just going out with shorts and the shirts. You don't have to
yeah.
pack anything, and it was really nice.
Yeah, for the people that weren't there, it was like I think 35 degrees the whole time or something. And I think on paper that sounds really hot, but I think it was okay because it wasn't like humid air or something. It felt
Yeah.
like really good. If you just don't stand into in the sunshine, but in like the shadows, the temperature is really nice. I think.
Yeah, and we also were in quite a lot of buildings, like the hotel or the conference room. So we weren't able to spend too much time outside, but especially for the way from the hotel to the conference, we traveled like, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes
Hmm.
through the sun. And every time I was like, oh, I have to
Yeah.
enjoy these few moments before we get back.
Yeah.
Because again, like everywhere at the conference, when you can be pretty cold. And
Yeah.
it also was there. So
Yeah. Indeed. Here is somebody in the chat was also there. Hey, Jigar, was nice
hey,
meeting you
man.
there.
Yeah, you too. How's it going? And hello to all the others who are here as well. Thanks for joining us again. I
Yes,
see
indeed.
Francisco, I see Patrizio, um, who Payskin, oh, Lars is here again.
Yes. We have like a small but trusty audience here. I think.
Yeah,
I'd
that's
say.
true.
Yeah.
That's the best one. We have the best one.
Yeah. Indeed.
So should we talk really quick about Laracon India as well? Because
Yeah.
I don't know, when was it, like
I
one
think
month ago?
some. Yeah, I think like that. The end of February. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it already feels so far away again. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think we can say it was quite special and quite intense again.
It was quite an adventure. I didn't think it would be like as epic as like last time, but it was even more epic. I would say. I there are things
Y-
there that I'll remember for always. I think.
Yeah,
And what I also think is that yeah, most people have already seen like the videos and stuff.
that's
But
true. Yeah.
what I mostly liked about this trip is like yeah, the group of people we were in, Christoph. Like that was really like a very nice group. Um, yeah, I'm just going to say it when we departed. It was like damn, I'm already missing like being around these people.
Yeah, it was
Um,
exactly like that. And I think like at least the next 7 days after the conference, we still were hanging out in the chat we had for this conference, and we still were asking how everybody was doing, and we were still talking about everything we experienced. So it really felt like this kind of small family we had there for a whole week. And I think it's pretty amazing, and we're pretty lucky that all the people there, also with the organizer and all the others who were around us and helped us during the whole week, it felt so nice and comfortable. And
mhm.
yeah, I think it was really special. So yeah,
Hmm.
I guess we really appreciate that.
Yeah, indeed. It also felt like, I don't know who said it, maybe it was you, that every day felt like 2 days because we were
Oh yeah.
doing that much. Um, it was like, yeah, you have like the conference itself, which is like pretty epic what happens there, and then also like the dancing then, and the part after that, where sometimes it's also just a little bit of chilling. Yeah, yeah, your whole day is like filled with nice stuff.
Yeah, and it's
I
also more special, I would say, when you're outside your comfort zone. Like always, outside the comfort zone is where the real life starts. Where things, I mean, inside the comfort zone it's also nice, but outside of your comfort zone, new things can happen, new things you can experience. And I felt like the whole week I was totally outside my comfort zone. Flying is outside my comfort zone. Being in India is totally outside my comfort zone. I'm also not so good with meeting so many new people, so this was very
yeah.
special. Then giving a talk, of course, is outside my comfort zone as well. And of course, Vishal, the organizer, our friends, our buddy, he's the most out of my comfort zone guy I think I know. So it was we didn't know what we were going to do like in the next few hours. So there was conference day, this was clear, but before that, after that, the next day, they always had something planned for us. So it was always kind of a little exciting where we're going,
Hmm.
but we also were a little bit afraid, okay, what's now the
Yeah.
next thing we're going to have to do. So I think that's also why it felt every day was like 2 days, because yeah, every hour was different, every day was different. And I think it all came together with such a nice experience the whole week. So yeah,
Hmm.
I think we talked about it many times, but we will remember this for a very, very long time.
Yeah, I think the fact indeed that we didn't know beforehand what we were going to do at some places, that really was like exciting for us, like in a little bit of a nervous way, but it all turned out very good, I would say. Nothing bad happened during that trip,
Yeah,
obviously.
good trick by Vijal.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. Yeah, and I also really liked like the food and stuff, you know.
Oh yeah.
Just trying out like that little ball where
Hmm.
things are filled in. I forgot the name of what it was, and just yeah, just trying out things, new experiences the whole time.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of new things. I also enjoyed the food a lot. Still, we as Europeans have to be quite have to be a little bit aware that not everything we eat there is
Mm.
our our stomach will will
Yeah.
like too. So with everything, it was like, this looks so good, but maybe I shouldn't eat too much of it. Most of it, I was doing pretty good, so I was lucky
Yeah.
there. But yeah,
Yeah.
it
Some
was
of our
so good.
buddies
And
weren't that lucky, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
so for some of them, it was pretty bad. So
Yeah.
um,
There
yeah,
were
I
there were
guess.
all there was also one somebody who didn't like nothing affected him. Our tank
Oh yeah,
was
the
like
tank. Yeah,
can handle anything.
the tank,
the,
Francisco, the
Francisco, the
best.
tank, is
Yeah,
here. Yeah, can just handle any food, any drink. He
yeah,
just
you
does
can't
it.
destroy the tank.
Yep, indeed.
Undestroyable.
It's reliable and undestroyable indeed. What is the next conference you're going to, Christoph? It might take a while, maybe.
Yeah, I think I don't know yet. So, what is the next Laracon conference? Is it already Laracon US?
I think US is
Oh no,
like
they're
the official next one, but there is also one in London, I
yeah,
think.
the Laravel
Yeah.
Live here. Are you going to that one?
No, the London I can't make it to there, but to the US I can make it there.
Yeah. Are you also talking, or is
Yeah,
this?
I'm also speaking
Ah,
there. Yeah,
okay.
I still
So
have
one
to
of
still have to decide on my talk though. Got a
are you
couple
doing
of
a new one, or?
I probably do a new one. I think for the US, it's like the granddaddy
Yeah,
Laracon. So I think Laracon US always deserves like a fresh talk. So I'm not going to
yeah,
rehash some of the old one. I'm going to prepare something new.
yes. I feel like all Laracons are special in some way, but Laracon US has this, of course, this official flair around it with
Hmm.
Taylor organizing it, and feels like this is the closest to Laravel
Yeah,
itself. So this is very special in this way. And I was also lucky to speak there the last time it was in New York. So
yeah,
this was
indeed.
also an amazing conference. So I'm not sure yet if I can go. I've taken a lot of my credits already for this year.
Yeah,
So in
me
India,
too.
for the people who don't know, we were talking a lot about credits we had to take from our partners going to India for 1 week without them. So it took a lot of credits to do that for my wife. So I'm not sure if I have enough credits for more conferences this year. So we'll see about that. But I
I
took my wife to Lisbon, so this was some plus points for me. So
Yeah, so you got some extra credits there.
yeah, which I again then took for Laracon India. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I got some wife credits with like the little trick I pulled on stage at Laracon
Oh, this
India,
was a good one.
where I asked everybody to say like "Thank you, York," the name of my girlfriend, and I showed her that, and she said watched it like yeah, I don't know how many times, but she thought it was very sweet. And I think I can go to other conferences now.
Really nice one. I think it's pretty special if like 2,000 people scream your name on a video and you get this video. It's like,
Yeah.
oh wow, you don't have that every day, or most people don't have that every day.
No, no, no. She was also very surprised with like not yeah, with all the dancing and also like me dancing in it because I'm
Yeah,
really not a dancer normally, but yeah, it just takes 1,000 Indians now to get me to dance, I guess. It was so much fun though.
yeah, it's fun. Fun. I think for many of us, it was like we were quite outside our comfort zone, and
Mhm.
then showing those images to the people, to family that know us, and most of them were like, "Oh wow,
Mhm.
didn't know that you
You could
can
do
do
this.
this, or that you, yeah,
Yeah, I said at home, it's really peer pressure. It's really like so like the wave kind of thing. Like
yeah,
everybody's doing this, and you're just getting sucked into that. In this case, luckily, positive energy.
yeah,
And yeah, I still remember like at the end of dancing of last one. It's not that I was drunk or anything, because yeah, there were no drinks there. It's a dry state. But I really was like in a state of like higher enthusiasm, I would say,
yeah,
and just purely because of all the energy around.
yeah. I also never experienced that before. That you can, yeah, dance in that way, and everybody happy and having a good time, and it real feels like you're, I don't know, you have so much more energy, or you really feel a little bit like drunk, but you aren't because yeah, we didn't have any drinks. So
Mhm.
yeah, I had never experienced something like that. So
Maybe it's also a little bit because of like that move where they start with like I know that dancey move where you go
yeah,
down. There's just a good starter move to get like warmed up, and everybody's doing the same. Then somebody doing a little extra thing, and then you're doing a little extra thing. It's like pushing you a little bit farther and farther
yeah.
every time. That's how it
And then
works.
at the end, everybody was like, yeah, going fully crazy.
Yeah, yeah, indeed. Yeah, we're not
Uh,
going to have that at US, I think. That will be a little bit more drier, I guess. But all,
Yeah, let's
but
see. But we all know Taylor was also very touched by the conference, and he was
yeah,
also all in with the dancing. So he
yep,
danced with all of us. So this was pretty cool. So
yeah,
let's see if he maybe has some ideas that he brings to Laracon US.
yeah. So some of the ideas can be ported. I think like the quiz was very fun. I think to do that with so many
Yeah,
people. While the quiz was busy, I of course also thought about the quiz that you did and some additions that we did together. And it's so much fun to do it with like a real live audience and with like 1,000 people. Like
hmm,
that was really nice. I thought,
yeah, this was really cool.
yeah,
So let's see what Taylor got for us this year. I just
I
saw there was one question. Oh yeah, beatboxing.
yeah, beatboxing
Um,
was also pretty nice, right?
yeah, there was a really nice beatboxer who wasn't just a beatboxer. I think he was more like a entertainment guy who also managed to beatbox very well. So it
Yeah.
was also super fun. But I wanted to talk. Yeah, there was one question about your T-shirt.
I see it here. Can you explain your T-shirt, Freek? Yeah, sure. So this is a T-shirt from another conference, the DDD conference, Domain Driven Design conference. It mostly happens in Amsterdam, and yeah, it's about like big applications, like structuring big applications, how communication works in big teams and stuff. And I volunteered there twice at that conference, so I helped them a little bit out. And it's really a very cool conference. You have like these top guys that work for these big companies, but still can manage to give like very good presentations. There's like one there that was a little bit out of the context of programming, but it was very impressive nonetheless. It was the keynote speaker. I forgot her name. It was somebody who worked at NASA, who worked on getting like the robot to Mars. I forgot the name of the robot as well. So there's like a little robot driving around on Mars.
Curiosity or another one?
I think it's Curiosity. Yeah. And she told about like how many work goes into that, what kind of knowledge that you need for that. How that whole project was structured at NASA. And if I remember, her team was responsible for designing the parachute for when the robot would enter the atmosphere of Mars and for bringing it down very safely. And
Wow.
she talked about like the constraints about what she needed to do, and also that she had to invent like new material in a new parachute because there wasn't like a parachute before that had to operate so good and at
Mm-hmm.
such speeds. So she also got a little bit into that about how they research stuff and how they like interacted with like other teams because it all needs to come together. There's like no margin for error whatsoever there in space,
Yeah,
and
no.
and that was really impressive. And yeah, I think in at the end of the talk she also shared some experiences for when like the robot actually went down. It's like a nerve-wracking moment because there's like I think 15 minutes of delay between Mars and Earth, and it's like we don't get anything now. We're going to know like in 15 minutes if it's landed or if it has
Mm-hmm.
crashed. And
Wow.
it was really special. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that the conference itself is organized by Matthias Verraas, who also helps Dries and me organize Full Stack Europe. That's a little bit of link between it.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, yeah,
So you've volunteered there to check a little bit out how
yeah.
everything is working also for your conference to see.
Not per se. Maybe a little bit. So Matthias and his team, they are professional conference organizers, so they
Ah,
already
okay.
know how
Yeah.
to do this. We contacted them because Dries and I, we have like or had like no experience doing all of the practical stuff. Now, our the original intention of me and Dries for the original Full Stack Europe conference was also do it very small. Our idea was we do it for like 50 people, and Matthias convinced us, no, make it immediately a little bit bigger. I have the experience to do this, and then we did that because of Matthias' experience with this.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's good to have having someone
Yeah,
to help you there.
because I think people sometimes don't see how much work goes into organizing like a conference and in even only running it on the day itself. Now, Full Stack Europe is like a simple conference, right? It's like mono track. There's like only one room, but even then, there's so much you have to take care
Mm-hmm.
for. The speakers need to know what they do. You have like the AV, you have the food, the signage. People have questions, and there's so much coordination you can do. And if you are not prepared for that, yeah, then you will fail that day. So everything of the conference is already written out in a script. And I think if you don't have experience, you think, yeah, I'll wing it that day or something. But I think
You
you will
can't do that.
fail.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also have somebody very special at our conference. Her name is Anneke. It's one of the people at the team of Matthias. And I can safely say that without her, it would all fall apart. I think because yeah, she has like she's like the brains of this conference. Yeah,
Yeah. I've met her. Really nice woman.
yeah, yeah, indeed. We're already preparing like the
Yeah,
next
let's check. What
conference.
do we have now? Now it's March. Yeah. How far do you need to be for a conference that is in October, right?
Yeah, we still have some time. We already have booked some of the speakers. I think I can already share it. We haven't shared it
Yes,
yet
please
with the
share it.
world, but we can share it. Let me get my
I,
little list
I
here.
just heard from Dries that you had some really good ones this year.
Yeah, 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 yeah. There, only going to share confirmed ones because unconfirmed ones
Ah, damn it.
they're no fun,
I
right?
thought I had Freek almost to show you the people here a few new ones.
Wait, some of the people that you might know. We have
I know that Kai probably is speaking, right?
Kai is speaking. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, we
Because he
had to
missed last year.
we indeed had to do that. Indeed, I said it immediately when yeah. For people that don't know, Kai was invited to speak at this year's edition, but on the day itself, he tested positive for COVID, so he was already at the venue. But yeah,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be really good of us as organizers to have somebody with COVID speaking, so that couldn't happen. But I immediately said, yeah, we're going to invite you for next year. No worries. So Kai is indeed coming, speaking about databases. Let me maybe share two more because I want some of them still remaining secret, and it stays between us, Christoph, right, and the people in the audience as well. But they are going to remain silent as well. We also have, you probably know him. He released a kick-ass course this week on MySQL. We have Aaron Francis coming back. He's confirmed
Again, I believe,
again.
right? He was
Indeed.
last edition too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Indeed.
He's an amazing guy, amazing speaker. I
Yep.
think every conference is lucky having him. So good you managed to have him back.
Yep, I was very, very glad that he said yes. And we also have another, in my mind, big name. I think not everybody knows him, but I think if you are a little bit in the like maker community, if you're thinking about how to sell products, how to build your SaaSes, how to market everything, you are going to know this person for sure. He also was the host at LARCon US a couple of years ago, where this was his first interaction with the Laravel community, and now I guess. I think most of the people in the Laravel community will already know him. It's of course Justin Jackson.
Ah, Justin, yeah, of course. Oh, really? You got him coming to Belgium?
Yeah, indeed. I think it's his first European conference where he's
No,
going to
really?
speak. Yeah, indeed.
Is he coming with wife and all the kids, or?
Yeah, I think I can say that he. I don't know if he brings his wife actually, but he will take some time to travel also a little bit in Europe. So he saw it as like a good opportunity. Yeah, and I'm really happy that we have it because I don't know if you ever saw a talk by Justin, but yeah, he's such a good speaker, and he has such a good knowledge about like the things he's passionate about. Yeah, and for us, Christoph. We are like makers. We try to promote our stuff. Yeah, this is the stuff that we need to hear. I think what Justin is going to say.
Yeah, sure. And I think he was also the host at the LaraCon US when I was there, and I think he also did his talk there. So I also met him. Amazing guy, and I still remember his talk was really, really good. It
Yeah.
was about like his career and how he got into what he does now. And he has a very natural way of talking, explaining, and also being curious about what's going on. And he's always he's also engaging a lot on Twitter with other people. And yeah, I also follow him on Twitter because it's always interesting what he
Yeah.
does and what he's up to. And of course, I'm also using his product Transistor for my podcast. So yeah, Jason is like everywhere in my bubble somewhere. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
a good
He's
guy.
yeah, yeah, indeed. I really like his
Can you already
positive
tell what
energy.
he's speaking about, or is this still a secret?
Um, it's not a secret, but I can't tell you because he hasn't decided
Okay.
himself. So we
Ah,
gave him like
okay.
carte blanche. We just gave him like a couple of ideas and said like our audience is interested in this and this, and yeah, he can yeah think about. He's still thinking about what he wants to say. He still has time to decide on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it!
For
Now I want to come to your conference as well. Sounds really cool
nice.
already.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And yeah, there I think I count 9 people here that we already accepted.
Hmm.
Um, we were thinking about like doing it a 2-track conference this year. Don't know if we were going to go through with that. That's a little bit undecided. So either way, we're or maybe we're at like 1/4 of our invitations, or we are at half of our invitations.
Ah, okay.
I
Depending on if
also
you make 2 tracks, right?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I also have some like unconfirmed names here we're still in talks with, but I'm not going to share that because that would be
Okay.
like a little bit false advertisement, like he's coming. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah. We don't
that's
want to tell anything. That's
that's
not for sure.
that's for
But
later.
can we talk real quick about the 2 track situation?
Yeah, sure.
Because I know you're a big fan of the 1 track conferences, and you for many years
Yeah.
also told people that this is way better and or is in your opinion the better option, and I think so too. So would be interested. What would be a reason to go for 2 tracks this year?
The main reason is because some people really like going deep in technology, and
Hmm.
other people really don't like going deep in technology. And we think like it could be nice to have like a separate track that's really more focused on the non-technology stuff and one that is focused on the technology stuff.
Mm.
But in all honesty, we're still a little bit undecided on that because, yeah, personally, yeah, as you said, I really like the single track conference one because everybody has like the same experience then, and you would see talks that you maybe wouldn't have chosen yourself.
Hmm.
But I think for on the commercial side, I can also really see that if you are interested in like technical talks and you have like this whole track of like talks that go really deep on the stuff you like, that could work as well. Yeah. So that's why we're a little bit undecided as of yet on
Yeah,
this point. I would
but
say.
I can
Yeah.
see how if you separate the topics or the subjects for the track where this could make sense.
Yeah.
But I guess yeah, this depends on I guess what speakers you get, what the topics are. So I guess it's
Mhm.
also not so easy to if you decide to go for 2, then you have to get the right topics and separate them maybe. So
Yeah.
I guess that's also something that yeah lies in the speakers that you get and the talks that they give. So
Yeah. I think as like a conference attendee, personally, I very much like the single track ones because then I don't even have to I don't even have like choice stress between stuff.
yeah.
Um, and yeah, like I said, you can just like discover things, and everybody sees the same thing. I really like that vibe. I also like that I'm sure I mentioned that before. Like with festivals as well, you don't see it this much nowadays. Most festivals have like 7 or 8 stages.
Yeah.
I really like small festivals where they have like one stage. Because everybody, yeah, the same reasons. Everybody sees like the same, and you don't have to rush to get to
Yeah.
another hall or something. There's like this one festival not so far from where I live. It's called Sonic City, and in the now they unfortunately have switched to multiple tracks, but I only two, so okay. But for like the first 8 years, it was like one track, and you have like a concert, and then the concert is gone. They also had like an outside. It was in spring, so it was hot. So the whole room goes outside, have some beers. Okay, the next one begins, and that for 2 days long. And I thought, yeah, this is a very nice rhythm to do this. I,
Yeah, now that you said that, I remember many years ago when I was still playing with my band, we won a contest in Austria and were allowed to go to the kind of European final of this conference. And this was in Germany. It was in Taubertal.
mm-hmm.
Maybe some Germans know that one. It's a very big festival. I'm not sure if it's still happening, but it was back then a very big one. And what they did, they also had two tracks, and they had the stages right in
Next to
front of.
each other. Yeah.
Yeah, not in front. There have some space between us, but there was one concert on the one side and then on the other stage, and you just had to turn and look the other way, maybe go a little bit in this direction. But I found this very nice because you didn't have to move along, and it was also nice just going to the other. On the one stage there were the contest bands, and on the other ones were really big other bands that played. So I really liked that one. It was also a nice concept.
And
But I
so
guess you
you.
have to, it needs to fit with a lot of things, I think, to get that right. Because
Mhm.
I guess with the wind, with the weather, with I don't know in which direction you're allowed to make sound. I don't know what the neighbors are and the place. I'm pretty sure not many places can do this.
Yeah, indeed. It takes a lot of preparation and investigation for sure. And so you played at that festival, Christoph?
Yeah, I played that. We were really young. I think it was only our 10th or 11th concert.
Wow.
So we were pretty lucky that we even got chosen, and it wasn't for sure because we were that good playing our instruments. But I think the one thing people immediately liked, we had a lot of fans, and of course they also had to vote, and we had a lot of good energy and having a lot of fun. And I think it was fresh and new, and that's why we were chosen. And there were some other really good plans playing at the final in Austria
Yeah.
as well. So yeah, I'm pretty sure they were very pissed that they didn't get chosen because they were way ahead of us from how they played their instruments and everything. But yeah, I think we also had something that people liked, and so we got to play there, and it was really nice. But the stage was way too big for our nerve and everything. So I
Yeah.
believe it wasn't that a good concert of us, but it was quite an experience.
Nice. How many people were there? Because how you described it, it seems like a very big event.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure in the evening for the big bands there were like a few thousand of people for sure. But when we played, I think it was a little bit earlier. I think we had a few hundred people right in front of the stage
Come
who
on.
were mostly from other bands, and
Yeah.
yeah, not really the ones who bought the ticket for this festival, I believe. But
That
still, it
doesn't
was
matter. They were there
yeah,
listening
they
to
were
your
there.
stuff.
They saw me, I saw them, and
Yeah. It happened. Man,
yeah.
that must feel pretty exciting. Like before the concert, I when you know like this is going to be the audience must have been wicked.
It was crazy. It was really crazy. It was like speaking at Laracon US,
Yeah,
like that. I was also super nervous before that talk, and the
yeah,
only good thing with the band was that I wasn't alone. So
yeah,
we
yeah,
were
yeah,
the four of us, and I wasn't standing in the front, and I didn't have to sing. So
yeah,
I
yeah,
could
yeah.
hide a little bit in the back, but yeah, it was really crazy.
Yeah, I was just going to say that I've played concerts as well, but yeah, not for 100 people. But you have some nerves always, but it's different
Sure.
because you're like a part of a band, you know. I'm also not a singer. I always play in instrumental bands, and then it's different. If you talk on stage at Larcon US or another conference, it is just you. That's a whole
Yeah.
different feeling. Yeah, yeah,
No other one to help you or to
yeah.
yeah.
There's like one time where I did like a duo talk with Marcel
Oh yeah.
introduce Flare initially. That was fun as well, but yeah, I've never been as nervous for a talk as that one, because yeah, that was like a product launch. That was like,
Yeah.
whew, extra nerve wracking, I would say.
It's funny that you said it because I always thought about why there aren't more talks with two persons on stage. I think I've seen only one on a little conference. I think it was kind of a developer and a designer together, and they
Hmm.
were talking about one project and they were showing or explaining both sides of the developer and the designer. And I really thought that this was really nice. And I would love to see more because I think with the
Hmm.
right people, this could be very refreshing and new. And yeah, maybe we see
Maybe
some of them.
maybe we can do a duo talk with stuff sometimes.
Yeah, maybe we can do one. We
Yeah,
just need to find the topic.
yeah. I write the bad code, and you clean it up. And
Yeah,
and
this would
then
be
the
fun.
and then the other way around. It's easy.
Yeah, but then next year you take AI and I'm
Yeah.
gone and you leave me out again. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know how
So
this
this is
works.
now the Christoph bot. We don't have Christoph anymore, but
Yeah,
Christoph AI is here. Yeah.
Christoph, I.
Christoph AI, yeah. Little
I
robot
just,
icon with a hat on it.
oh yeah, this would be funny. I just saw one comment by Adrian. Can you point this out? I'm a
Yeah,
bot not
sure.
listening anyways, this one, because I think this has
Uh,
a funny side story to it.
Here
It's a
it
little,
is. Yeah.
yeah, this one. Because I'm not sure if you read this as well. This was in the Pest channel. Because Adrian is known because he's like in every stream.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, and we don't know how he does it, but he's like in every stream and he's also providing feedback, mostly good feedback, I would say.
Hmm.
And there was one stream by Francisco, I believe, and I'm not
Hmm.
sure if it was the Portugal meetup or the B and Code meetup. I don't know, but it was in another language. I think it was in Portuguese, but I'm not sure. And then Francisco showed a screenshot that Adrian was also having some tips for what they were talking about, even though he doesn't speak the language, or I'm pretty sure he doesn't speak the language.
Yeah.
And yeah, from that moment on, we weren't sure if Adrian is real anymore, if there's really a bot, or I don't know how he does that. Maybe he can tell us, but I'm pretty sure he will keep it a secret. But
It's like trade secrets of the best streaming viewer around.
Francisco said it was PHP Portugal and it was in Portuguese. Yeah, so interesting, Adrian. We need to
Yeah,
investigate that.
you need to explain this, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, also watched like 2 seconds of the Portugal one, but yeah, I said like your language is decrypted. Have fun, or it's encrypted. I mean, yeah,
Yeah, I was mostly join, say hi to everyone, and then
yeah,
I'll go again.
yeah. Hey, Christoph, I already mentioned the Flare redesign a little bit. Do you want to
Yeah, show it to
see
us.
it for like a couple of minutes? I have it. I think here on screen. I should say it isn't finished just yet, so there are some rough edges around it. But I thought it would be fun. Let me see if I can share my screen here. No, this obviously isn't it, because I haven't appointed like the right camera on this. But this is like
This also
fun.
looks funny.
Yeah. Wait, I'm going to leave that on, but I'm going to map the right stuff on this. How do I do this? I should have. You
Now
see,
you see that we don't prepare those things. It's all
I've,
live. We don't
I've
talk about anything before we go.
I came unprepared. Maybe I also guessed for. Ah, damn. Nah, I'm not. It seems like I have a little bit of trouble sharing the screen here. So I think we are going to have to pass on this. Let me
You
try.
can check for another minute if you want, and if you can't make it, we can do it the
Yeah,
next time
then
as
it's
well.
that's
Then
indeed
it's all
for
finished as well.
yeah, indeed. Hopefully finished.
Hopefully.
Nah, I guess it's because of like I have a new major version of Ecamm and I haven't shared like my my desktop with this version yet. So maybe it's like a kind of permission kind of thing. So yeah, we're going to
Okay,
skip
yeah.
that and we're going to do that another time. Believe me, it looks good.
I do believe you.
Yeah.
So
So
also this week we had Pest version 2 release.
yes, indeed, indeed. Um, I would say it's a pretty epic release. I think the new features are really nice. There's some really good stuff in there, but mostly it's, I think, polishing the diamond that was already there has now become even better. I would say. What are your thoughts on it, Christoph?
Yeah, also my main feeling is now there are some cool new features, but when I think about version 2, I feel about like a mature version of Pest, one which is
Yeah,
like also internally polished up, which is super stable now, which a lot of people use. So for me, it was like kind of this step up for Pest to, hey, I'm here now. I'm a
yeah,
big player now too, and that's what I think about when I think about Pest 2. So
yeah,
I think it was a huge step, and we both were a little bit lucky because we are quite in communication with a lot of the people who work on Pest, and yeah,
yeah,
I can tell you what they have been working on the last weeks and month. It was crazy, really crazy. It's like Nuno writes something. Hey, what about this one? And then someone comes in. I can take care of this. I can take care of that. And it was really crazy what's going on in the background of yeah such an
it's a
kind of it's not small anymore, but it's an open source project.
yeah,
Nobody really gets paid for it, and there are so many people involved in making this what it is today. So yeah, that's really surprising. It
yeah.
was it was just cool to see this and watch it and give my feedback here and there, but that's all that I could do.
Yeah, for me, I also haven't programmed on it, but there, indeed, that group is very, very fast with like picking up on like smallish little things, open for like little suggestions, and also they come up with things of their own, of course, as well. But it's really like a very positive group, right?
Yeah, totally. And it also
Yeah,
motivates me more to work on the stuff that I'm working on. And
yeah,
yeah, I think yeah, I'm really happy about this release, and I'm really looking forward to what's coming next because yeah,
hmm
Pest 2 is really a big step, I believe. And yeah, I think there's a bright future ahead for Pest, and
hmm
yeah, looking forward to what's coming in the next years. And
yeah.
yeah,
I
at one
think.
point,
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
and like you also said, at one point, it will become the default in Laravel. I think you already said it quite a long time ago. I
Yeah.
was a little bit skeptical, but now with Pest 2, I see it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time when, and yeah.
Yeah, I said that like a long time ago. I think when Nuno was working on version one, I think I already thought that because the values of Pest as a test runner just so much align with yeah with Laravel. It's just the same. It's like emphasis on developer happiness, making things very simple, having like the documentation kick ass, and that is just the same, you know. I think when Nuno first demoed, I think data sets to me, then I was like, yeah, this is just it, you know. You're going up against like a Mastodon PHP unit, and I'm not going to say that you should be against or for PHP unit, but just for people checking out another test runner, that's already like a high bar, you know, because people they believe like I don't need anything else. There's nothing you can do to make it better because I already know this. And with data sets, I saw, yeah, this is going to convince people. This is like a really good example of something, data sets in this case, where people think in PHP unit, like, yeah, this is how I've always done it, and this can't be improved. And then Nuno showed it can be improved, and in a very big way even. And then I thought, yeah, this is it's going to take time, but it's going to be big at some point. And it's yeah because of Nuno's just sticking with it and just keeping polishing it and keeping tweeting about it that it arrived at this point. I very much think that like V1, for me, it was already a very good version. I've used it. I've been a long time Pest fan, um, but I think that was like what people see as like the little toy thing, the like the crazy idea being launched. And I think V2 is like the mature version. Like
Yeah.
we have grown up and we are confident now that this is like the way forward, and you should think, or we are going to convince many people with this is it. And for me, yeah, that is like the major step that V2 has made. I think that's even more important than like all the features, like the feeling of confidence that's behind it now.
Yeah, I think so too. Because especially when you're a company, when you're a bigger team, you can't just switch to something that runs on the hype train, which I believe version one was for me. It was on the hype train. It was cool new thing. It was exciting, but yeah, I was always a little bit skeptical. Do I
Yeah.
want to switch fully? For me personally was easier because I can easily do that, because I can easily revert such a change if anything happens and people don't work with it anymore. But for bigger companies and teams, this of course is a decision that you can't just do like that. So I feel like V2 is now where a lot of bigger companies and teams will also switch. And um, there was one thing you also said which I wanted to add, but now I forgot it. Dropped it.
Maybe it comes back in a
Yeah.
minute. Yeah, even at Spatie we had discussions. It's not because like I'm like a fan of Pest that everybody in the company
Oh yeah, I
is a
remember. Yeah,
is a is a
you
is a,
said
is a
that.
fan is a fan of it. So and it's always nice to have like multiple opinions about stuff. I feel like at Spatie we have like a good combination of people. So we have like a good reflection of things or like big thoughts in the community. Some people like very strict things, some people like very pragmatical things, some people stick with the tool, some people like to experiment. And it's like a good bunch. And I think now everybody is like convinced, yeah, best v2, yeah, of course. It's big, everybody knows it, it's mature. Where in v1 it's like yeah. What if Pest again disappears? Like you
Yeah,
said, if it gets off the hype train, what then? Is it really such? Is it worth taking a risk to do this? And now there are much less questions on this, and I guess that happens now. Yeah, with you and with a lot of more people in the community that see. Yeah, most people are doing this. It's not going to go away.
yeah. And now I also remember what I wanted to say.
Yeah,
I guess I don't have to say it because most people here know it. We're not against PHP Unit at all. It's an
no,
amazing test runner. We've been using it for years. It's still amazing. People can still use it. It's just good to have options, and we both like to pick one option, and we're both now going with Pest if we can. I also got some clients who are still using PHP Unit. It's not like this is bad, but I still would prefer Pest every time. But it's, yeah, it's just good to have different options. And Nuno also mentioned it a few times. He and creator of PHP Unit and other contributors are working together on many things. So it's also not like they are against each other. So we know Pest works on top of PHP Unit, so without PHP Unit, there wouldn't be Pest at all. So,
no.
yeah, as always, pick what you like the most, what your team decides is best for what you do. And yeah, it's just good to have another option now, because before that, I don't think we had any options.
No, not many. There were still a few smaller ones, but they weren't really like unit test runners. I think it's. I agree fully with what would you say. I think there's like no objective best test runner. I think it matters a little bit with personality, with your theme, and I think for us, just the values that Pest has behind it, they just resonate with us now more than PHP Unit. But we don't have to hate PHP Unit. I think if I bring it back to Beatles, you can like the Rolling Stones and the Beatles at the same time. They're both pretty epic bands. And I think what Nuno said about PHP unit is also like how damn stable it is. There
Yeah.
are like it just works if you have a bug. It's your bug. It's not PHP unit's bug, which also makes sense because it's being used by so many people. There's so much work that already got in there, and yeah, Pest is really built upon like the shoulders of a giant, I would say. Huh?
Yeah, true.
Christoph, I hear the bells behind me. I don't know if you hear
Oh,
it through the microphone. That's like
not yet. It's a
the
sign.
that's like indeed the sign that we're approaching like the end of the conference. Not the conference.
Small
What am I saying?
conference today. Yeah,
Small conference. Yeah, we should get to the dancing, Christoph. Now is the time for the dancing,
yeah,
the
nice
dancing of
party.
the stream. Yeah, come on,
Let's bring
come
Vishal on
on.
stage
Eh?
and let's go.
Casual artisan call. Casual artisan call.
This is
The
Casual
casual
Artisan
artisan
Call.
call. Yeah, next time we need to open up with like a fragment of a movie as well, with limbs and blood and stuff.
Yeah. Can I go? We need you. 1 week.
Yep,
You're working for
indeed.
us now.
Yep, we need this. So, staying a little bit with Pest, you updated your course as well for Pest, Christoph?
Yes, so
Is it
that's
already
actually
out?
what I wanted to do today at 11 a.m. when you messaged me about our call, which I almost forgot. So I have already prepared the notes for some new videos I want to make for my pest-driven level course. And the good thing with Pest version 2, there's not much we need to change. So we're just going to upgrade, take a look at the new features, and adding some architecture tests to my demo application. So
Nice.
that's what I plan to do now after our call. So I
Yeah,
hopefully next week everybody can see those videos. And I
nice.
know you have also updated your course, right?
Yeah, indeed. And it's just what you said, because, yeah, Pest V2 doesn't have any breaking features. All of the old videos, I'm lucky, are still valid, and I just added a couple more about Pest 2. I'm pretty sure that you're happy with that as well, that you didn't
Yeah.
have to re-record everything or add notes to stuff.
Yeah. Thank you, Nuno. This was really helpful.
Yeah, no breaking changes in V3, please. Just if you work on V3, no breaking changes at all.
Yeah, please keep it
Our
away.
video courses need to be fresh the whole damn time. Okay, Christoph, then we're going to wind a little bit down. You're going to work on your videos. I'm probably going to work a little bit further on the Flare stuff. And next month we'll have another call, I would say.
Yes, I would say so too. So thanks a lot. It was very fun talking to you again.
Yes,
And
indeed.
thank you
Likewise.
to everyone who joined us. It's always nice to have some people around and read your comments and talk about stuff that you comment. So, yeah, thank you for tuning in.
Yes. And see you next time. Bye bye.